All right, guys, welcome to the 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time call on Wednesday. Guys, just have a few announcements before we kind of have to jump into this amazing call that I have Catalina here with us as our special guest with us. Hopefully all of us know that 2B Mindset has launched today. And guys, what a great opportunity for us to get a bunch of coaches and customers in on a program that is going to be helping us with our nutrition, helping us really get things on point. So guys, be talking about it, get excited about it. Again, you'll hear me say this often, okay? Enthusiasm is the catalyst for your business. We've got to be able to have enthusiasm and excitement for new product launches. So be talking about it with your teams, get your teams involved, do a team 2B Mindset group. So guys, how are we supposed to talk about products that we've never tried? And I think this and you doing a group with with your coaches is an awesome opportunity for you guys. Okay, so 2B Mindset, last day to purchase the summit ticket is on the 25th. Okay, so let your team know. The Success Club prize this month is the Joel Freeman bobblehead, and if you want to know more about that, that's FAQ 9784. Success Club prize also includes the photo op at Summit with Joel and with Shanteen, all of them. So make sure that you read up on what is needed for the photo op, okay? That's FAQ 5337. And hopefully, again, I just wrote down here, we're still talking about the beach bars. Don't let the beach bars die on your customers. Just because you talked about it once or twice doesn't mean you're not pushing them and getting that amazing product in people's homes, okay? Summit tier selection, okay? That goes through from the last day of April to the 7th. Okay, so if you want to know more about the tier selection and when the date is that you're supposed to be signing up for tiers and the summit, it's FAQ 2808. 2808. So, all right, those are my announcements. Hopefully you got the notification on the champions page, which tells you the week-long, like what's going to be going on the champions page on the banner. If not, okay, there's a lot of great trainings going on this week. Go check out the champions page if you're interested in getting a little bit more emphasis on 2B Mindset and all of that. So, all right, I'm done talking. Catalina, welcome to the call. Jump in here. Tell us a little bit about you. Tell us about how you got started with Beachbody.
Well, thank you for having me on the call. I can't believe I'm here. I started with Beachbody in 2015 as a customer, as a coach for the discount. I hear like a background noise. I don't know what it is. Do you guys hear it?
I do. It's like a little like. I'm gonna make sure I go in and mute everyone here real quick. Okay. All right, try that now.
Okay, so in 2015, I started as a customer. I was in maternity leave with my third child. I'm a former attorney with a specialty in maritime law, which is like oil spills and really cool stuff that happens out there that nobody knows, but it's amazing. But then we moved to Naples because of Hurricane Katrina in New Orleans, and I started doing construction litigation because Naples in Florida is not a port, so there was no maritime law here. And I was really, really struggling with doing what I didn't like and leaving my kids at home with somebody I didn't know. So I had results with a 21-day fix and then just started, getting people asking me and then why you should be a coach. And I'm like, I'm an attorney. What do you mean? Long story short, I started working part-time and loving it and loving the company and loving everything that Beachbody represented, especially with personal development and all these things that I had no idea that existed. And it just changed my life. So in January of 2016, the 1st of January, I said, I'm going to go all in. And for a year, I was working all day until 1 o'clock in the morning and stuck at Diamond for a year, not knowing why, what was I doing wrong. And I'm here to share with you today what has worked for me, how this Colombian that lives in a small town in Florida is now an elite when I didn't even I couldn't even, like, I saw those post boards with people's faces on them in the background, and you never think you can get there. And it's really not that difficult. And now that I'm here, I'm like, I'm still the same. What's going on? But just rank advancing very quick and getting to elite. And I'm going to share it with you today what I did different the second year of coaching versus the first year of coaching, working all day full time as a coach and being stuck at Diamond with $50 a week or something, with all these student loans from Tulane University, and how now my business is blooming and what I did to do it. And the first thing I want to tell you is, I will never forget Gary Vanderchuk, however you say it in English, what he said at Summit last year in the session, when he said, you know what, this is one of the most amazing trainings that you're getting with me right now, and only 20% of you are going to go home and do it. And that for me was so shocking, because he was so right. Like, we get all these trainings, we get into all these things, and Beachbody Champions and all these amazing tools, and only 20% of people apply it. And that's why there's only 130 people in elite. That for me is like, what? In 3 countries, 130 people? That's nothing. That's nothing. And now that elite is so much easier than last year for the requirements, anybody can do it if you really apply the things that I'm going to tell you that worked for me, and that I feel that we've been giving all these tools, but we really don't do them. So the year that I started rank advancing 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4-star really quick is because I did these things. And the first thing that I changed was my mentality as treating this as a hobby. I was really being reactive all day to answering messages and looking to see what other coaches were doing, and just all over the place with my organization, and not really focused on treating this as if I had a job, like a boss. Because when we come from a world of having parents and having a teacher to tell us what to do, and having then a person in a job to tell us what to do, to coming into your house and having all this free time, and not having like eyes seeing if you're doing it or not, can be really, really, really tricky. Because if you're not focused and you're not organized and you're not working in blocks of time, your time and your day will fly away, and then you did nothing. You didn't do your vitals, you didn't do what you were supposed to. So the first thing that I did was treat this as $1 million business. Waking up every single morning at 4:30 in the morning, when I used to not be a morning person. The Miracle Morning was amazing, but didn't do it for me, because I woke up like the first 2 weeks, and then I'm like, screw this, I'm not doing this anymore, it's too early, blah, blah, blah. But there is a book that changed my life, I don't know where is it, called Path to Wealth. If you haven't read that book, I highly recommend it, because it goes so in hand with the Miracle Morning, in that it teaches you exactly how to do those affirmations and everything, but everything with gratitude. And it's all about gratitude, and how this person became a multi-million-dollar company through gratitude, and how she, objections, how does she deal with it? Everything towards gratitude, and that has changed my life. I highly recommend that book. So the first thing that has worked for me is waking up early. And we hear it all the time, but it really works, because by the time I wake up my kids at 7, I already did my exercise, except when I was doing 80-day obsession, because I had to eat and I was doing it in the middle of the day. But now, exercise, my affirmations, my personal development. I do 20 minutes of personal development and 30 minutes of business development. And for anybody that has like a training that you bought, do it, because I had bought the first year so many trainings and they were still sitting there, and it was ridiculous. I was wasting so much money because I felt like I was missing out, but I didn't have time to do my training. So I'm really organized right now with my 30 minutes of whatever Darren Hardy or whatever you purchased, or a Beachbody Champions library on YouTube is amazing. But that's a non-negotiable for me, those 30 minutes of personal development, 30 minutes of business development in the morning. By the time it's 8 or 9, that needs to be done. I don't recommend doing personal development and business development in the morning when everybody's messaging you, when you're supposed to be doing your posts. If you get those things over with, first of all, your brain is going like this. You want to work, you're positive. I meditate praying with an app called Abide, ABIDE. That's my other thing that I do in the morning that sets me for success. But when I wake up my kids, I'm calm. I'm happy. I'm not yelling like I used to because I'm rushing. Eat your breakfast, brush your teeth. I'm very calm because I already worked on my mind. So that has been a big changer for me. And I know you've heard it a lot of times, but most of you don't do it like I did the first year. Just try it and read the 5-second rule if you're really struggling with waking up early, because it really makes a difference in your business big time. The other thing that I changed in my business was working with goals. And for that, I started with a 12-week year where my goal was to hit success club the first week of the month. Because honestly, Success Club 10, that shouldn't be your goal. It's 5 people. How many people are you contacting a day to sell 5 challenge packs? I mean, honestly, I have to be really honest. Beachbody's being really nice saying you have to do Success Club 10, but Success Club 10 should be the first week. And for a new coach, it might be a lot, and I understand that, and maybe that's a little bit harder, but a group that's pushing for elite needs to be contacting at least 15 people a day. And I'm not talking like inviting, but also like birthday messages and every time somebody likes my page, they get a message like immediately. Thank you so much for liking my page. Thank you so much for your support. How are you doing with your goals? Copy, paste, but it's non-negotiable. And if that day I'm volunteering at school or I'm doing something else, I do not go to bed until I contact those 15 people. It's a non-negotiable. It can be 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm still doing it. It's 15. It's my goal because I wrote it down. When you don't write down your goals, it's a dream and you're really not focused. So I have a board there because I'm not very crafty with cutting things and vision boards. I just write it down. And I wrote down last year, elite this year, and I erased it. Now it's top 50. But I had my goal there. So before I sat on this white chair, I always read it. What's my goal? Okay, what do I need to do? And then I sit down. And it sounds silly, but really sometimes we forget that goal because it's not written down and because we don't have a deadline. So every time I want to rank events, I'm like, okay, 6-star by such and such month, such and such day. How many people I have to contact a day to do that? And it's non-negotiable because you're treating your business as $1 million business. If it's a hobby, you won't do it. One day yes, one day no, like I used to when I was stuck at Diamond. Goals written down and the 12-week year have been a game changer for me and my team. So that's very important. The other thing is, let me see here. I have an order here. Okay. One thing that I wasn't doing the first year is I wasn't talking about the opportunity because I was scared, because I didn't have a team, because it was only like 3 of us. And then I heard something that really clicked and it was like, you know what? Success is really acting like a rock star. I think Josh Coates or somebody said that. And I'm like, even though I have 3, that doesn't mean that I don't have a team. So I started launching all these posts with jab, jab, right hook about, curiosity marketing and saying my team and this and that. And I sounded like I had like 30 coaches in my team and I only had 3. But that attracted all these people that started coming to me and saying, I want to be in your team. And I'm like, sure, you can be in my 3-coach team. But that eventually grew my team. And with these 3 coaches, we started doing what is coaching once a month, non-negotiable, inviting, creating a calendar, organizing me as a leader, a team, a schedule where we said, okay, non-negotiable once a month, we're going to do a what is a coaching opportunity, even though if 2 people come in, it doesn't matter. We're doing it every month. So everybody went live. Everybody goes live for 5 or 10 minutes explaining about the opportunity. Sometimes we don't get anybody and it doesn't matter, but it's consistency what works because we've had people start coming and the consistency of doing it every month shows that your team is growing. And then these coaches start inviting people and then your team starts growing. Because honestly, selling challenge packs here is not going to grow your income. What's going to grow your income with Beachbody is team building. retail commission is going to be amazing at the beginning, but eventually what that big check is going to have, and when you look at your income, is a team volume. And for that, you need coaches under you. Your income will never grow if you don't have people working under you. And for that, you have to invite to the opportunity. You have to talk about how amazing it is to be a coach. And even if you work and you're doing this part-time, you need to be creating seeds and saying, okay, what I love about this is that it keeps me accountable. What I love about this is that I get to have a family with my coaches, and start creating these seeds, because people are watching and people are seeing, and 80% of people are not happy doing what they're doing. It's super, super clear that a lot of people are not fulfilled with what they're doing. So it's
not only that, I'm going to pitch in, 7 out of 10 Americans right now are living paycheck to paycheck. They need the business opportunity, guys. Part-time. I mean, that, even if they're doing it part-time, that it can be life-changing. It can be life-changing to a lot of people out there, guys.
Robbie, and not only that, I've realized that I think if you're part-time, you're more intentional with your time. Because we're sitting here all day and we can get a lot of distractions, and we know we have all day and all like that. But when you're working part-time for a coach, those power hours are really, really powerful, because they're really focused and they know, okay, I have from 8 o'clock at night to 10. They're really focused on that. So they can do amazing, and they can fire their boss like I did.
Dude, something else that popped in my head that you said earlier, and I wrote this down. I don't know if you guys remember, or how many of you guys were at NLC this year. Kim Carver said something that I wrote down that I've kind of been like, it's like been my motto this year. Good intentions are not decisions. Good intentions are not decisions. And isn't that not the truth? Like, just because you have like the intent to want to go out and make something happen doesn't mean you're putting one foot in front of it. You've got to be willing to take action day in and day out in your business, put one foot in front of the other to make big things happen in your business. You cannot let last month's success lure you into today's complacency. Okay. And that's what we see a lot of with coaches. They'll hit Success Club 35 last month, and then they're like, cool, this month I'll just like chill. And that is a failure's mindset right there. That is the failure's mindset. And so I just had to pitch in on that, because that's something that I've been taking away from my personal development as of late. And I'm like, dude, that is so freaking true. That is so true. So I appreciate you bringing that up, Catalina.
Robbie, when I was in my first year as a diamond, I remember being like, I hit Success Club 10, like the second or third week. And I would be like, oh, now I'm going to go into Beachbody Champions to do all these trainings. I did my goal. I'm done. Somebody would be interested like 4 days before the month ended. And I'm like, I'm going to save that person for my Success Club next month. That's such a failure mentality. First of all, because you're delaying a person's life. This is changing people's life. Like, you're telling this person, oh, wait, your life can change 5 days because I need 2 points for next month. First of all. Second of all, when you hit Success Club 10, okay, that's fine. Beachbody's happy. They're sending you your umbrella, but that umbrella is not going to grow your business. So for me, I'm like Success Club 30 to 40 every single month, because that guarantees that I'm growing my business, that the compound effect is happening, and that I'm not delaying all these people's lives. And I did that for a year, Robbie. That's so selfish, and that's why you have to be driven by goals, but forget about rank, forget about elite. This is about changing people's lives and growing a team of people that do the same. So you have that compound effect of changing a lot of lives. And when you're focused on that, that's what's going to grow your business. So Success Club 10, that's the medium mentality for me.
Catalina, I actually have a question for you. So when you are bringing in, 15, 20 people a month, how do you really kind of give them all of the attention to, do you have a getting started right, like, platform that they follow? How do you get them?
These are customers.
These are coaches. So when you get your coaches started, how do you get them started on the right foot, and so to say, hitting Success Club or any kind of Success Club in their first 4 months of the business?
So one of the things that I'm going to tell you is that when you get a coach, please don't stick them in your uplines training. Do your own trainings, be a leader, and sit down and eat that frog, another book that you need to, and sit down and do your 2 days of the, I grabbed the trainings from the back. Well, first of all, I used to stick coaches in my coaches trainings, and she has a personality that's completely different to mine. She like does cartwheels in these trainings, and people love her, and she's doing amazing, and she's also an elite. But she has her tribe, and I would stick these new coaches in there, and they would not succeed. They would not hit Success Club because it wasn't me. So what I did is I ate that frog. I took the back office and literally, and I have to do a double job because I'm in Spanish, but I did 15 videos of how to well, the basics of the business, but it was me. And that's when I started seeing results in my coaches because they feel identified with me. And then on top of that, I do a once a week call with new coaches, a once a week call with new emeralds, and a once a week call with new diamonds. I try to do that because that sets them up for success with goals written down and then checking in on them and how they're doing with their goal.
No, I like that. I mean, I think that's a key ingredient right there. Meeting with your emeralds, meeting with your diamonds, making sure that they are understanding, the basics of the business and more so challenging them to take action, right? Take action from day one. Don't, sit around and, don't go invite, these people over here. It's having that pay it forward mentality that you were just saying, right?
And leading by example, Robbie. If you're hitting Success Club 10 every month, they're going to hit Success Club 10, and their business is growing, but not as fast as you want it to grow. So leading by example for me has been huge. I'm always at the leaderboard in my team, always. And when I'm doing it, I'm like, I need to show them that it can be done. If I'm doing it, they can do it too. So that's very important. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about, how I've grown my business is, I heard in a training that the retention of customers in Shakeology is around 4 months. That's when people start like dabbling off and canceling. I have a huge retention rate in my team, in my groups, and my customers, groups, because, I talk a lot about the products in the challenge groups. And this is very important. The reason why I'm saying this is because if you're shooting for elite, those diamonds are going to start falling everywhere, and people canceling and suspending. And to be an elite, you have to have those 5 diamonds super solid, like every week for 6 weeks. So the reason why I'm saying this is because we're an elite group, of course, and also because you want your customers to stay there for volume, et cetera, is that one of my personal developments or business developments is to learn the ingredients. When I sell a challenge pack and they say, how much is it? I always get on the phone. And when I talk about Shakeology, they're like, where do I sign? Because I know these ingredients so well, and you don't have to learn all of them, but learn like 4 or 5. The most important ones. And first of all, that's going to increase your sales because it's just easier for people to believe in you. When you're talking with credibility about the products, people feel that. Or when you're in doubt, people feel that. And that's when you get the, I have to talk to my husband, I'm not sure, I don't know if I have money. But when you're talking with this credibility of how it's changed your life and how these ingredients can help them, and how study about superfoods, I go like a little bit deeper and I study about superfoods so I can have like this credible voice when I'm selling the challenge. And then I sell the highest one. I start with the highest one. You need the recovery, you need the energize. Never assume that it's too expensive because they're going to feel that. So I start with that, and then if they say, oh, that's a little bit out of my budget, okay, I have the $200 one with the 3-day refresh. And I always sell, almost always the one with the 3-day refresh. First, because it gives my customers results faster, which means I can get an interview faster on my Tuesday transformation because I interview every Tuesday. Second, they're going to be happy and they're going to stay longer with Shakeology. And third, your volume is going to be bigger. Your commission is going to be bigger. So I always start with the highest challenge pack, but always go into the back office. The back office that we have, Robbie, is so amazing. And most coaches don't use it. And I download this Shakeology thing and then I go in my group and I go live talking about Achawanga, and I have my coaches say, okay, you're doing ashwagandha, Ravi, you, Catherine, are doing matcha. You're study about it. What are the benefits? And go live on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And all these customers are hearing these people talking about the ingredients. And that goes in their subconscious brain and says, this is so cheap. Because that people cancel because they think it's too expensive. So when they see that that automatic withdraw from their account, but when you're talking about them in their subconscious about the product,
I know. I was just going to say, I freaking love the fact that you give each of your coaches like a day to talk about an ingredient, and those customers are continually hearing about just how amazing. I mean, literally it is gold in a bag, and that's the way that we got to talk about it. And that's going to be in the back of their head. And what you said about starting with the highest price, guys, that is a common sales practice right there. You always want to start with the highest price and work your way down, because if you always start with the lowest price, that becomes the highest price in their mind, and they're like, no, it's too expensive for me. You always got to start high and work your way down. Okay? Work your way down, and most likely you're always going to end up in that middle tier challenge pack, the 210 one, right? Not the mega, but the combo pack. So that is, again, that is a sales tactic that we taught when I was doing door-to-door sales. You always start with the highest and work your way down. So awesome stuff right there.
That's one of the things that's created a lot of retention, but not only retention, results, because they're still in Shakeology and using the products, and referrals. Ravi, 70% of my Success Cup points are referrals every month, because I'm constantly letting them know how amazing these products are, and so they consume them, they have results, they do the program. When I don't have time and I'm on vacation, I try to like grab from the ingredients and literally schedule the post for that week. And I don't do this every week because it would be too much, but every other week. And then I matcha, and it says the benefits written. If you don't want to go live, just schedule the post and grab a picture from the internet. Matcha, just Google it. And that will stay there so you can use it all year. But it's very important. I have to start doing that with a performance line too, start to the benefits of performance. I'm currently doing that because that's going to create better results for the customer, more volume, more retention, because you're using the products and they're getting results. And then you get referrals. So it's like a no-brainer. So the retention when you're shooting for elite is so important. A lot of coaches sell the challenge pack, throw them in the group with a daily check-in, and then they're checking on them constantly, but that's it. And then I get all these customers from other coaches. They're not helping me, and I don't feel, and it's because they're not putting the love into their groups. That's very important. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you about is if you don't have a vision board, and I remember they used to tell me this all year, and I never did it. I knew what I wanted, the income for, but I never had it written down because there's going to be so many highs and lows in this business. I lost my 2-star qualification in my 5th week because a coach from Canada decided to, on the Wednesday night, say that she didn't want her shake on Thursday, but on Monday or something like that. I had talked to all of them. I said, please don't make any changes. And then I saw her inactive, and Beachbody Relations, somebody from India answered the phone and said she's fine. Her Shakeology is still in automatic. That's one of my whys to get to 5-star. Have that coach star diamond line. I promise you, it wasn't the bonus. It wasn't the jacket. It was the star diamond line.
That is one reason why to get to 5 stars, have access to the diamond line, right there.
That has been, so I'll give the jacket away, take my bonus, but the star diamond line, they answer so quick. It not only works for me, but also for my coaches if they're having a big problem. They must be like, oh my God, Catalina again. But they answer super quick and they're really accurate. It's just amazing. So that should be your why and your vision board for 5-star. But anyways, that vision board is what, of course, I ate ice cream and chips for 2 days and then I want to get up on my bed. But that vision board is what kept me going after I lost my qualification. I wanted to really kill somebody. But I got up and I kept going with the same rhythm that I was going before, which was Hustle, 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 10X rule. If you haven't read that book, I have read it 3 times. It's amazing. Because that's what's going to keep you going when people cancel, and when your diamonds fall, and when your posts are not working. That for me, my why is, my husband works like 15 hours a day. So my why is for him to be home more. So every time I look at that, I'm like, okay, this person said no, I need to contact 5 more because I'm closer to a yes. And that's what keeps me going. Just a board with red letters, because I don't like to, I'm not a crafty person. And then failing. They tell you go live every single day. That's the key to success. And not everybody's doing it. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect, because you have to fail. You should see my first live. It was like, hi, I'm Catalina. I'm here to talk about nutrition. Now I'm like, hi, everyone. Like, I'm another person, because I've done it so much that now I'm comfortable doing it. And that's what's brought engagement in my page. I don't pay Facebook anymore because my engagement is organic. Last week, I went like on a dance competition for my daughter. I didn't go live for 4 days, and my engagement is so low. From like 53 likes in my lives to like 10. It's because Facebook favors that live, and they tell us in all these trainings that stop watching trainings, just do it. Go live every day. I have a schedule. I have like Monday motivation that I did for myself, Tuesday transformation, Wednesday recipe, Thursday workout move, Friday call to action. I just made that up, but it keeps me accountable because I wrote it down. I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to do? Motivation. Oh my God. Okay. I grab a book. I read a chapter. I read it 3 times, and I go, today I'm going to talk for the 5 steps for success when you need patience or whatever. I just like literally grab a book and say that chapter, and people love it. I have so many people coming to you saying, you really know what you're talking about, those workout moves that you do. And it's really 5 workouts from the 21-day Fix Extreme. My recipes are from Fix 8, but it's providing value and consistency every single day. And sometimes I don't feel like it, but I still do it, because if they're telling me that that's what's going to grow my business, I'm doing it. It's not negotiable. I don't care if I'm not feeling it. It's non-negotiable. That's when you're treating your business as $1 million business. Like, you can't tell your your boss, I'm not feeling it. So that's why we have to be really disciplined in doing these things that they're telling us to do, which is simple, but not a lot of us do it. So take advantage and do it, because if there's only 130 elites, I'm like, this is such a big opportunity for me. And there's only like 7 Latinas that are elites in the top. And then there's like 3 elites. I'm like, instead of thinking, oh, that's too hard, I'm like, this is a great opportunity. That means if I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, I can get there, because not everybody's getting there. So take that, change your brain, wire it differently, and go for it. So fail, go live no matter what. Do a little bit of work, research. Go look at that recipe, go buy the ingredients. Sometimes I don't have the ingredients. I'm like, it's not negotiable. I'm going to Whole Foods and I'm buying the 3 things that I'm missing. I'm not going to leave it for tomorrow. Today's recipe day. So I grab Autumn's video, because I'm not a cook. I don't even know how to cook an egg. I just go and do mainly desserts, because it's the easier one, the healthy desserts, but I'm doing it and people love it. People following me because of that consistency. So very important to go live every single day. Another thing that I'm going to tell you is, as Darren Hardy calls it, I have like a monkey brain where if I see, oh, Robbie's live in the elite, oh, wait, let me see what he's saying. And then I'm jumping from page to page. So I downloaded this thing called Kill the Newsfeed, because I have a monkey brain. I can't contain myself. I have to see what's going on. I want to be mindset. Oh my God, wait, let me see if they're saying something new. And it's the same thing over and over, because now they already gave us the tools. So now shut the to be mindset and go sell the to be mindset. Stop reading about it. We know the prices. We know what it includes. We know it's 41 videos. We know they're talking about restaurants. No more. There's no need to keep watching videos. Even if Robbie puts more to be mindset, stop it. Go sell it and then research it. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't need to know everything. You don't need to watch the videos today. Don't spend your time to it. That's part of your business development at 6 o'clock in the morning.
You got to do the revenue generating activity. Look at this. Drop the mic. I freaking love it. I mean, you got to go do those things first. I love it. That's good.
I don't know what it's about. I already bought it this morning when I woke up because everybody was doing it. And I bought it and everybody on my team was buying it. But I have not watched the videos. All I'm doing today is selling it and changing that script that I normally say 30 minutes of exercise to nutrition. You know how to read in restaurants. I literally, that's what I'm doing. And I'm going to sell it all day. And tonight or tomorrow morning or tonight, I'll watch 2 videos. And then tomorrow I'll watch 2. I'm not going to spend my day watching the videos. I'm not going to do that because it's the 2nd of the month and I need to do Success Club before Sunday. So that's what I'm doing today. So anyways, my monkey brain, what do? I kill the news feed. I have an ADD timer that they sell on Amazon. And this is like a baby, but I have to do it. So this turns red at 30 minutes. This turns red. And if I already sent whatever I had to send or I had to do my personal development, it rings. And if I didn't finish the chapter, I'm done with that activity. Multitasking is your worst enemy. That's what I did for the first year stuck at Diamond with $50 a week and with $250,000 in student loans. So if you want to grow your business, if you want to really, really, really advance and get to elite, you have to focus. And I need this to focus. It tells me you have to change the next and a to-do list every single day. So if that's what's going to bring me to success, I'm going to do it. By the end of the day, I go to bed happy because I used to be so crabby that I didn't do what I was supposed to do. And then I was doing this and I forgot my post. And then I'm doing exercise at 10. And when I realize it's 11:30, I haven't even taken a shower in the whole morning and the kids are already here. And I'm like, what? I didn't do half, and I'm here. I'm here supposedly. Busyness is laziness of the mind. You have to focus. You have to work on a schedule. You have to put a timer and get your vitals every single day. Waking up early so you don't have to do them in the morning and the hours that you have. And focusing on time. That's so, so, so key because by the end of the day, you feel accomplished. You have freedom. Beachbody's not here to take away our freedom like it did for me the first year because I wasn't organized. My husband was resenting the business because he wasn't getting sex because I was working on this thing. My husband was resenting the business because I wasn't spending quality time with him. And I don't feel afraid to say that, Robbie, because that's in the Bible. You have to be one with your husband. And Beachbody is addictive. Beachbody's my lover. Like, he is my lover. I could spend here all night happy because I love so much what I do that I don't care if things fall apart because it's so addicting to change lives, especially when people start getting results. But if you don't organize yourself, your husband's going to start getting upset, even though he doesn't say it. Your kids are going to start saying, oh, mommy's always on the phone. My kindergartner went to his teacher and said, my mommy did not help me with homework because she's always on the phone. So you don't want that to happen to you. It already happened to me. Don't let it happen to you. And for that, you have to be focused. You have to be focused on your work in blocks, one thing at a time. Don't do several things at the same time. Kill the newsfeed on Facebook. The only thing that you're doing when you're scrolling is comparing yourself to other coaches. And why did she rank advanced first and I didn't? And what am I doing wrong? And maybe this is not for me. Oh, and that post, I should do that post too. Kill it, kill it, kill it. Unfollow all the coaches that you admire. Because if you're in this group, you already know what you're supposed to do. You already know what works. And get to work. By 10 a.m., you already have to have a post. Period. But that's me, but you can do it one, whatever works for you. Non-negotiable, my to-do list needs to get done. And start saying no to things that do not grow your income. I have a post-it here. Is it an income-producing activity? That's what it says. Is this conversation or is this activity an income-producing activity? Because if not, you need to switch it off. You're in your working hours. You need to do what produces income-producing activities, which is all the things that we already know. So very important to work in blocks, to set up a schedule every Sunday, to do a to-do list in the morning after you finish all the affirmations, meditation, and these affirmations, meditation is like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. It's little blocks, but that to-do list needs to be in front of you when you sit down so you know that you have to go through that to-do list. And that to-do list is going to transfer to the next week with some variations, but it's going to be the same every day. And that's what's going to bring success. What has brought success for me, what I have seen, and then suddenly you close your eyes and you open, you're like, Oh, Elite 2010. What? This Colombian from Naples, Florida got to Elite. If I did it, guys, you guys can do it too. But you have to apply these things. And you have to be able to have time freedom. When your kids come from home, disconnect. You don't need 3 hours. You need an hour to have quality time with them. And then have fun, have joy setting, and be grateful. That's if you're going to get anything from this, is live in gratitude. Because if you're not happy as an emerald, you're not going to be happy as a 15-star diamond. So if you're an emerald, you got 2 people to trust you, even though one is your husband. Let's say an emerald and 2 more. And you have 2 people they said, hey, here's my credit card. Please change my life. Be grateful for those 2 lives that you're starting with. Because I know that Beachbody is great with recognition and diamond ranks and all these things, but that you can get caught up in that and start comparing yourself and being like, when all these people have already trusted you. So be grateful that you have people that are starting to trust you. Be grateful for that 1 like that you're getting. Be grateful for that 1 little comment that you had in your post and nobody else is commenting, even though everybody's watching. Be grateful every step of the way. And that will get you like a machine working with joy setting, with happiness. Because this is what Beachbody is about. We have the most amazing job. We get to change lives. We get to tell us, oh, your only job, we don't have to invest anything to be a coach. Just products for you to be a product of the product. All these multi-level companies, you have to make these sales to be active. You have to have a minimum quota of this and that. We don't pay anything. All we pay is Shakeology to be a coach. How freaking amazing is that? I mean, we get to be, you have to have access with the 80-day obsession. That's what they're telling us for a job. You have to be healthy on the inside out. Look at 2B Mindset. I mean, we have the most complete company of nutrition, motivation, fitness. I remember all of us telling, in the Hispanic community, all of us, and I think the American too, telling Dr. Luigi, can you please take the soy lecithin? I've been saying for a year. I told him, I've been saying for a year that Shakeology doesn't have soy lecithin, and you come out with this with noise. And they took it out. So we have a company that has its ears open to whatever the coaches think and to keep the coaches happy with the most amazing products, with the most amazing quality control. I don't know if you guys were at Rivera Maya, but what they said about all the ingredients and the quality control, that is amazing for me. That is like, I am a firm believer of everything, and I study a lot about nutrition, even though I'm a lawyer, but I love it. And we have the best of the best. So don't doubt one single minute that this is amazing. This is an amazing job. We get to do it whenever we want. But if you're really serious, and I know you are because you're in an elite push group, get yourself organized, get your act together, and work, hustle. Because at the beginning, we're going to be working for a little bit, but I'm starting to see that paycheck grow and grow and grow. And now I'm like, I just paid our Bloomingdale's card, and I'm starting to fill out these cards. And my husband's like, wow. Because at the beginning, they're like, there's no money. You know how husbands are. You come from earning $120,000 a year to earning $50 a week. What the heck is this? And that's when your husband starts like to see, okay, this is serious. This is serious money. And then the bonus comes in, which is like 3,000 something when you're a 5-star. Like all this money starts growing. And it's because you're focused on the right things. You're focused on what they're telling you that works, which is the vital behaviors, organizing yourself, going live, and then enjoying the process in gratitude of what we get to do every single day. I love this. And you should too, because if you're in this call in the middle of the morning listening to me, you're really serious. And this is what has changed my life. And I hope you're not a 20%er like Gary Vaynerchuk says. You're not an 80%er. You're a 20%er that applies the tools that Beachbody gives you. Stop watching videos, take action, no more trainings. You have the tools to be successful. All you have to do is do it every single day consistently.
Boom. I love it. Catalina, thank you so much for being here, dropping some knowledge, truth on us. I mean, seriously, it's not learning time right now, guys. It's time to get out and grind away at our businesses. And so let's go do it. Let's go make it happen, guys. I'm going to post this recording if you guys want to rewatch this, or if you want to share it with your team. I will also post the YouTube link also. So, all right, guys, I'm going to let you guys go get after your revenue generating activities. All right, guys, we'll see ya.
See ya. Thanks, guys.